I just wanted to check in and just see how all of your writing is going. I was very unproductive today. I did not get any writing done. However, I did purchase 3 lovely pens and some envelopes from the Craft Connection. So, yeah, my plan is to start writing letters more because I stopped doing that. Yeah, I used to write letters a lot more, but I was also single at one point and also dogless, so I didn't get a lot of letter writing done. But I really want to start doing letters again because I believe I really enjoy the act of letter writing, but I love the idea of letters in general as a whole. I believe that they are a true way of sharing yourself with another person at a distance, from a distance. Every time I receive a letter from someone, I do feel more connected to them. When I receive a text message or even an email, the connection is still not quite as ripe or as, solid as when it is when I get a letter from a person. And maybe it is just psychological. It could very well be that. But regardless, whatever it is, perception is reality, and that's how I've been perceiving letters my entire life, and it hasn't changed. I don't think I'm even being a romantic about it. I just think that they're beautiful things, and I wouldn't consider it an art, although I'm sure there are classes and tips to writing good letters or whatever, but it's a way to share yourself with others that is personal, and yet you still have the space, the personal space. For an introvert and for someone reserved like I am, writing letters and receiving letters is one of the best ways to feel connected with other individuals. I do believe that not everyone can receive the connection that not everyone needs social interaction in ways, needs social interaction to feel close to other people that I care about. I know for me, it's like if I see a certain friend once a month, that's plenty. In fact, I'm okay seeing them once every couple months. And I don't need a social interaction with them to necessarily feel close to them. A text would be a good way, but if I receive a letter, I feel so close to them. A letter from a person I haven't seen in months, even years, is, to me, I feel closer to them than I do a coworker who I see every day but only say hi to in passing. It's crazy, but that's just my reality. And I know I'm not alone in that. And so that's my resolution, is to write more letters this year to not just the 2 main friends that I had been writing letters to, but also to family, both immediate and extended. With the passing of my grandma, I knew I was going to regret not having written her a letter, and I was right. I regret it. I didn't sit down and write it, and it would have been just as simple as pulling a piece of paper out and just writing a couple words, throwing a stamp on an envelope. But I know she's in a better place. She's in the best place that anyone can be. She's with God. And I don't want to make the same mistake of not making the connections with my family that I would like to. It's one thing I feel that through time, or maybe through generations, or maybe it's just from family to family. Some families are very family oriented and they take lineage and heritage very seriously, and others very disconnected. And family it doesn't mean much. Blood doesn't mean anything. And I understand that mentality, because just because you're related to someone doesn't mean that you are close to them or that you should be close to them in a meaningful way. But just because distance is a factor, that doesn't mean that we shouldn't try to keep our connections with our family. And so that is my plan for this year, is to make more meaningful connections and trying to limit my time just fluffing away the time, which is easier said than done. And I've tried to do this before, but I think I'm a step ahead this year because I don't have a Facebook this year. I haven't had a Facebook in months, and I love it. It's been great. And so I'm gonna continue not having a Facebook. But I would also like to limit my time on Tumblr, because I know a lot of time is spent on there when I could be journaling or writing a letter. And that's kind of the beauty of writing letters too, is it's kind of like sharing a bit of, it's kind of like writing a journal entry, but to someone who's going to read it, and to someone who will respond to it and have maybe their heart moved or changed or something, rather than just writing in a journal and having only your future self to read it. It's kind of nice to have someone a receptive ear, a receptive heart. So maybe that'll be a good part of the change, to do more letter writing and using my time more wisely.